guys, it's my goddess Chrissy, and we're going to be talking about Jeannie Mai and Jeezy's divorce. This completely took me by surprise. I did not see this coming at all. They made such a beautiful couple, beautiful baby. They just seemed like they had a relationship that was based off of love and respect, you know. But I don't know, it reminds me of Tia Mowry, one of the twins, her and her husband Corey, because a lot of the times you would see Tia, you know, have her husband posting him and whatnot and talking about how amazing their marriage is and all this other stuff, but you never really heard him say much. But I don't know, typically with African American men, it's like that anyway. They don't really say too much about their wives. They kind of just keep their private life private. So, I guess it makes sense. But anyway. Alright, guys. We're just going to go right into it. So, I got my archetype cards, you know, and I'm going to pull them in front of you guys. Oh, and let's see here. I'm going to shuffle them first. Let's look into their personalities, because these are people just like the rest of us. They have a personality just like the rest of us do. So I like to just go into it. I'm sorry, I didn't even introduce myself. So for those of you guys who are new to my channel, I'm my goddess Chrissy, and I talk about celebrities. I do horoscope readings. What else do I do, guys? Oh, and I talk about, you know, current events, things that are actually going on around us. I think it's important to know when certain things happen. It's important to know information about our leaders. So I actually really have fun doing those readings, because you never know what's going to pop up, you know? So for those of you guys who are returning, thank you so much for coming back and watching my videos. And make sure that you guys subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, because there's going to be more celebrity readings coming. And there's just, oh my gosh, a crazy amount of divorces. So I have to do readings on those as well. All right, let's go back into it. So, let's see, ladies first. So let's go with Jeannie Mai. Give me Jeannie Mai's personality. Give me Jeannie Mai's personality. We're going to say her personality in the marriage. What is Jeannie Mai's... Oh, sorry, guys. I hit the camera. What is Jeannie Mai's personality in the marriage? And that actually is a sign as well. There's always signs that come through before I do my readings. I never talk about this. Oh, and also, guys, check out the timestamp whenever this video ends, because the timestamp is always a general message about the overall energy of the reading. So once you get the timestamp of this video, go and Google it. What does this number mean? Or angel number, and then put the number in. And you're going to get to the meaning of the overall energy of Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's marriage. Trust me, it works. If you go to any one of my videos and you put in the timestamp number as your angel number, or as a finding out the meaning of that number, it will be the overall energy of my reading. Okay? That just goes to show you guys how everything is connected. All right. So Jeannie Mai's personality in the marriage. So this is not her personality in general. This is actually the first time I categorize it in this way. So this should be fun. What is her personality? What was her personality? Oh, this one wants to come out in the marriage. Okay, so that's Jeannie's. These were Jeannie's cards. Personality in the marriage. Doing Jeezy's now. Let's put Jeannie's to the side. I like to leave them in the same order. Jeezy's personality. in the marriage. Jeezy's personality in the marriage. I'm going to take one here, take one here, and I'm going to just get a middle one here. All right. Okay, guys, you know, I like to have my little music playing in the background, so hold on. Am I like... Hold on, guys. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so this are Jeannie Mai's cards, her personality in the marriage with Jeezy, okay? Let's see the first card. Martyr, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. All right. So, Jeannie sacrificed a lot in this marriage. I feel like she gave a lot of herself to make this work. I feel like she really believed in the love that was in the relationship, and she really believed in the longevity of the marriage, or at least she wanted to. And so she really, I feel like she, even because, you know, Jeannie Mai's been married in the past. She was married for 12 years. We're also going to look into how her ex-husband thinks about this news as well. But it just seemed like she put her whole heart and soul into this relationship to make it work, to make sure that it works. Yeah, there's even like 7 symbols here on this card. So these pink things there. So she put her whole mind, body, and soul to this. And the shadow side is addiction and self-pity. So I feel like at this time, she's looking at herself like, wow, I feel like I did as much as I possibly could, and it still wasn't enough to work. Like, and I'm hoping that she's, because a lot of times she internalizes things and looks at herself as the problem. So I'm hoping that she's not doing that right now in this situation, because it could turn to like depression and suicidal thoughts, as far as like, what is wrong with me? And there's nothing wrong with her. It's just that it just seems like this just wasn't the right person. Okay. Next card. Lover, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Okay, so guys, while you guys are looking at Jeannie Mai's cards, just make sure you take a mental note of them, because when I put them to the side, we're going to basically compare them to Jeezy's. So she was completely in love with this man, okay? And the shadow side of self is self-destructive devotion. She was very devoted to him and to the relationship. She was like, when she was boasting on her social media about how great, how amazing, how this is her king, it wasn't an over... She wasn't basically trying to like... I don't know what's the word... overbearing in how she felt. Like, this is really how she felt. She wasn't putting on a facade. You know, a lot of people may say, well, she's Asian, he's African American, so she was probably trying to make people, you know, okay with the relationship. Not at all. Not at all. She really, really, really loved a lot about him, and she really, really admired him. So as look at the same way that this girl here is hugging the heart, that's how she felt about her husband. Okay. Vampire. Whoa, guys. Okay. Makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So, Jeannie has a lot of energy. You guys can just see that automatically with her. She looks like she can like hop and hop and hop all day. It just looks like she never gets tired. So, the shadow side of this is chronic complaining and codependency. She may have been a little too codependent with the marriage because she loved him absolutely so much. She became too much in the marriage as well, where it was like, I love you a long time. Like, let's go, let's be together, let's spend time with each other. Like, I just want to be with you all the time. I just want to have you around me. If we're not working, we need to be together. I need to hear from you 8 times during the day. I just want to hear your voice. Oh, I'm just calling to say I love you. Calls back an hour later. Hey, babe, what are you doing? Okay, cool. Well, I love you. Another hour passes. Here, Monica wants to say hi. So she can really drain your energy because she's like a person who has a natural high. She's one of those people. She doesn't have to use any type of substances. She's her own substance. Like she could tie off a life. You know what I mean? She loves what she does. She's passionate about what she does. And so she just has so much energy. She has a lot of energy. And if you don't know how to maneuver that energy, and if she also doesn't know how, like, not everyone has as much energy as you do, and use it in the way that you do. So it's kind of like, be mindful of how others are and how your energy can possibly be too much at times. You know what I mean? Don't dampen yourself to match other people's energy, but just kind of like, if you're in a marriage, kind of respect the other person's time and energy as well. You know, okay? So that's Jeannie Mai, guys. Let's put this to the side and then we're going to compare them after this. Okay, so here's Jeezy's energy. We got a lot. This reading may go for a while. But y'all don't want to see how many cards I got here. All right. Let's see Jeezy's. What was his personality in the marriage? Servant. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Okay. I have pulled some cards before doing this reading. I'm, being transparent with you guys. And money came up. And it was basically saying Jeezy wasn't giving up as much money as he should be giving up in the marriage in comparison to how much she's giving up as monetary wise. So with the servant card is he was more than willing to go above and beyond to be romantic and to kind of like what this lady is doing. Like, let me serve you breakfast in bed, let me cater to your needs. Let me get someone to clean up so you don't have to. He's very thoughtful in that way. But because he does those things, it's kind of like a substitution for not wanting to give out money as much as the other person would like him to. So he's doing these things out of the kindness of his heart, yes, but also saying, well, this is only the only amount that I'm going to be giving out every 2 weeks or every month towards the household. and everything else that you need to take care of should come out of your pocket. That was an issue. I feel like that was a big issue. But nonetheless, Jeezy was very loving and giving in the marriage. As far as like, I hear like Destiny's Child, Cater to You playing in my head. So think along those lines. If you haven't heard the song, go check it out. Sorry guys, that's my child snoring in the background. All right, Thief sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. All right, shadow side, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Okay, so Jeezy, one of the intentions he had behind this marriage was also benefiting from it. You know, Jeannie Mai's in the media. She may have certain connections that he may not have. Being married to her may highlight him in a different way, in a different light, put him in different spaces. So that's something that was in his mind at the time. I feel like with this heart on the clothing though, kind of like the heart, where's your heart on this on your sleeve, he may have felt like he was taken advantage of in the relationship. He may have felt like, I need to be cautious and not put my all into this, because I don't want anybody to try to play me like a fool, or try to take everything that I worked for. I don't know, this thief card really just seems like being overprotective of yourself, guarding yourself, and not wanting to give too much of yourself for someone to take advantage of you. So in the marriage, he was on guard. He really didn't give himself 1000%, because he just doesn't do that in relationships. I felt like if he had done that in the past, it was a lesson for him not to do that again, not to be too vulnerable in relationships, okay? Alchemist, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Okay, shadow side is misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if Jeezy doesn't go and get readings and check up on himself, check up on his marriage. There may have been something that he, you know, went and got a reading and heard something that he did not like at all. That may have been something that led to him filing for divorce. But he feels like in the marriage he wanted to take something that had potential and make it a beautiful united, I'm hearing united front. So this marriage for Jeezy, it was about love, but it was also about, oh man, it was also about the persona, the brand that he wanted to present moving forward. He wanted to try something different, and I'm not just talking about race. I'm not even talking about race, but what? Speaking about that though, like this girl, she is Asian, so he felt like, Jeannie was also a very smart and talented woman as far as knowing different ways on how to make money, knowing different ways on how to take opportunities and work them to your advantage. Not that Jeezy wasn't knowledgeable in that way, but two heads are better than one. You get different perspectives from different people. And so she had a hand in giving him some information that could help him in his money-making skills. Okay? All right, so that's Jeezy, guys. So you see the difference between, sorry here. You see the difference between, let's take a look at this. She's holding on to her heart here. He has his heart on his sleeve. Do y'all see that? She's giving her all, and he's serving her in doing that. But here with the heart, it's too, this is the thief. There's something he's taking. There's something he's taken. Here's the alchemist and the vampire. So it seems too that as much as she was putting in, she was taking out energetically as well. Okay. I think it's really interesting too how these are Asian people here. Or that's what it seems to look like to me. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Now let's get into the reading. Let's get into the reading. Isn't it interesting how those cards matched up like that? Okay. I had my... Anyway, well, the cards that need to be here are here. So first I wanted to look at their past life. All right, so spirit, angels, guardians, angels, archangels, God, Allah, ancestors. Who were these people to each other? Jeannie Mai and Jeezy, who were they to each other in their past life? Who were they to each other in their past life? Who were they to each other in their past life? Who were they to each other in their past life? Got a card here. Persecution and Inquisition. Okay. So in their past life, they may both have been slaves that were incarcerated, or one could have persecuted the other. So for example, in this situation where Jeezy filed for divorce, maybe in a past life, it was the other way around, where he was persecuted by Jeannie Mai. Give me more information. Give me more information about this persecution, inquisition. What other past lives did they have with one another? Food and hunger. Okay. Again, bottom of the deck, imprisonment and slavery. So they definitely were, in their past life, either in jail with one another, like inmates, or in slavery. Karmic relationship. Wow. Okay, so there it is there. This was a karmic relationship. This was something that had to come to pass. They had a soul contract with one another to join into marriage. Probably not even join into marriage, but just to have a baby with one another. And then marriage got into the equation, and it was a karmic relationship. It was for both of them to learn something from. Okay, so we're going to go into that a little bit later as far as like what they needed to learn from this. All right, but first let's find out what happened. Okay, so let's see. We're going to hear from both sides. This is Jeannie's side. Jeannie Mai's higher self. What happened to the marriage? Why are you guys getting a divorce? Why are you guys getting a divorce? Jeannie Mai. Why are you guys getting a divorce? So right now, Jeannie Mai is very heartbroken and devastated. She felt like the same way in Jeezy's cards where he's like, I'm not going to be too vulnerable with anyone. She felt like she was vulnerable with him. And I mean, she's like a snake. He just came in and through his venom. And now look at me. I'm like forever transformed. I'll never be the same again. Her family in this card too. Her family is really devastated for her as well. They're really feeling bad about how this played out. They obviously wanted the best for her. They wanted her to be happy. Okay, so let's see. Jeezy. What went wrong in the relationship? What went wrong in the relationship? There's a little bit of cockiness here too. Because she's like, you know, you may have money. Things may be fruitful. But I have the opportunities. They keep coming in. So Jeezy feels like he was giving too much into the relationship. And he just got tired of trying. He just got tired of trying. Jeezy basically feels like I can weigh my options here and see if it's better for me to stay or better for me to go. But at the end of the day, what's important for me is my peace and my happiness. And that's what I'm choosing. So it was literally as simple as that. This is not working out, and I choose myself. Why did he go so abruptly and file for the divorce? Yeah. He is heartbroken. He is heartbroken about getting the divorce. He didn't go into this marriage, you know, nobody goes into a marriage wanting to divorce. What made him rush and just go file divorce? I keep seeing a snake here, guys. I keep seeing a snake here. Someone's sneaky. Someone's being sneaky. He wants to hold on to his money as much as possible throughout this process. That's for dang on sure. Got the Queen of Wands too. You know, to be honest with y'all guys, it really is saying that the marriage just played it played its role. It ran its course, and it just, neither one of them were happy in the relationship. She, I feel, wanted to still try and make it work, and Jeezy just automatically knew for himself intuitively, one, that he didn't want to stay and try to make it work, and two, that it just wasn't going to work. You know, he's like, I could sit here and do everything that I need to possibly do, but I wouldn't be happy in this marriage. How does Jeannie Mai feel? How does Jeannie Mai feel? Jeannie. Sorry, y'all, that's my dog. And guys, she felt like they were the perfect couple. She felt like the marriage could still go on. The issues that they had were not that serious. And with them coming out as the God of Pentacles and Goddess of Pentacles, she's like, we have more money to make. We have more business deals in play. I feel like there were business deals that they now have to walk away from because he filed for this divorce. I feel like, give me more information. Give me more information. How does Jeannie Mai feel about this divorce? There was a card that seemed like it. Looked over. How does Jeannie Mai feel about this divorce? Wow, 3 major arcanas. She feels like her whole world fell down. Like, but she's also feeling like, universe, God, like, if this is the sign you're sending me that it's not going to work, okay. But this hurts. Like, I don't see these cards as being... Here's the snake again. There's a snake. One of these people are a snake or they had a snake around them. Let me see if anybody was doing magic. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Was there magic being done for this marriage not to last? Was there any type of magic being done for this marriage not to last? Yes. For them not to be happy in their marriage. Okay. Yes, there was magic being done for this marriage not to last. Okay. Who placed this magic on them? Show their face. Who placed this magic on them? Now, does this mean that they were meant to be together and someone just broke up their marriage through magic? Yes and no. They could have lasted longer in their marriage if this magic wasn't placed on them, but they weren't meant to be together forever. Because if they were, it doesn't matter what magic was placed, it doesn't matter what was done, they would still be together forever. So show their face. Who is it that placed this magic on them? Who is behind this magic? Feel like it was a woman. A woman that Jeezy was in a long-time relationship with, as long as 7 years. And he never got married to her. That's why the snake kept showing up. I told you guys, like, this snake is in every card. That's why the snake kept showing up. Look at this. Sneakiness. Working hard to pull the plug to say, you know, hey, 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 hey. And fires being thrown to finally just leaving, and the judgment having of that, the judgment of that. Okay, let's see. Does either one of them know that magic was placed on their relationship? Does either one of them know that magic was placed on their relationship? No, they don't know. But if they watch this, they'll know now. They don't know. They were supposed to have 2 children. They were supposed to have a boy and a girl. Yeah. I see these kids and pretty much, I don't know if Jeannie had a miscarriage recently. Let me see. She may have had a miscarriage. Is Jeannie Mai pregnant right now? Is Jeannie Mai pregnant right now? Because she was supposed to have a boy. But he may come through in a different way or in her next relationship. Yeah, she may have had a miscarriage recently and was like just in the process of healing her body again. You know, can you guys see these cards? Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Okay. So, what we've seen here is that they had a karmic relationship. It wasn't meant to last in the first place. They were just meant to play out their relationship and move on. However, because that didn't happen on its own, another force had to come in through the form of magic being done on them by a previous lover of Jeezy's. And with this magic being thrown on them, it caused a lot of issues in their marriage, and which has now led to divorce. Does that make sense? You guys let me know in the comments if that makes sense, if I explain that well or not. But that's basically what happened. Okay. So, I want to know, what is the lesson? I usually do this with the relationship readings. The lesson they needed to learn from one another. I'm going to do it separately because they are individuals. So let's see, what lesson did Jeannie Mai need to take from this marriage? What lesson? And let's do it this way. Let me pull a card. Facade. Facade. Okay. Look it up here. See what it says. Okay, so this card, it says, if you are unhappy in your relationship, you may be relating to others through a false sense of duty. So this is talking about Jeannie was still posting on her pages, making it seem like everything was fine with her marriage when it wasn't. It says, give up being something that you're not. So don't put up a facade when that's really not what it is. Because as you can see, everybody's blindsided and they're like, hey, you know, she just finished saying this or just finished doing this, and now her husband is filing for divorce. It's kind of like embarrassing and shameful. So it's talking about Jeannie Mai has had some healing that she's needed to do for quite some time. And I feel like this card is also talking about the inner child. It did mention it in the guidebook. When she got with Jeezy, it was shortly after her long-term marriage. She was in her marriage for 12 years. Oh, I actually have to do a reading on that too, how he feels about this. And after that marriage ended, she was supposed to take time to heal her inner child. Her inner child still has certain issues that it has to work through. And she hasn't been able to solely focus on that because there's been so many things happening, right? So she had to show the real. She recently got closer with her mom or started working with her mom. And that is one of the ways that she is healing her inner child, by reconciling with her mom. As long as the relationship is healthy at this point. Then she got with Jeezy, fell head over heels in love. got married, had a baby. So there's so many things happening. She released her human trafficking film. So she's like a busy bunny or a busy bee. You know, she's always doing something, but she needs to take a break and heal her inner child, figure out what it is within herself that needs healing and work through that. Because she has to really ask herself, why was it important for her to have a facade and put up a front and make it seem like everything was all good when it wasn't? Okay. All right. Now, what was the lesson that Jeezy needed to learn from this marriage? What was the lesson that Jeezy needed to learn from this marriage? Wisdom. Wow. Wisdom. Okay. Let's see what the book has to say about this. Okay, this card is about learning from your mistakes. It's about honoring yourself. Okay, so this card, it's saying wisdom is knowing the difference between a calculated risk and stupidity. Okay. I'm going to clarify because I want to know what they're referring to. Wisdom in what exactly? In what area of his life? Wisdom in what area of his life? In moving forward with the marriage, okay? They were saying it was dumb for him to get married in the first place. He was supposed to use wisdom when it came to making that decision. It was not the smartest decision to go with. It happened too fast. Things happened too fast. Okay. Yeah, they're saying there were already red flags that wasn't the move to make, and he made it anyway. Okay, so he has to implement wisdom when making decisions. All right. Okay, y'all. So let me see. Give me more information about how Jeannie Mai feels now about Jeezy. Oh, wow. They do have to talk. She's not ready to talk. Her family is definitely not feeling him. Yeah, reach out. As far as reaching out, she needs more time for that. She's definitely out of balance. This really caught her off guard. She was not expecting him to do things in this way. She feels like she doesn't know who this person is. How does Jeezy feel about Jeannie Mai at this time? I miss you, do you? Can't even look at you right now. I'm a very jealous person. Okay, so Jeannie Mai was talking. I saw this in the cards before when I pulled. She was talking to someone. She wasn't having sex with them, but she did create an emotional relationship with someone. And so Jeezy got a hold of the text messages or the correspondences between them. Okay, he did. And I feel like he held on to that information, and he kept going in and reading more and reading more and reading more. And because he already knew, he was doing his own thing. And so there was something that popped up where it was like, oh, hell no. And that's what led him to say, okay, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Family is involved heavily as well. I feel like they knew that she was talking to this other person, and they didn't show loyalty to him by advising her that she needed to stop. However, Jeezy was doing his own thing too, guys. Don't be fooled. He was doing his own thing too. And I'm about to pull the cards to show you guys what I saw earlier, okay? All right, let's see. Azuli Frida, what went wrong in the Jeannie Mai and Jeezy marriage? What went wrong with their marriage? Why did it reach a standstill? We already know about the magic, but why? What went wrong? What happened? She's like, I'm ready to speak. One more. Thanks. No patience. No patience. I believe this is talking about Jeezy here. Okay, it's just she's talking about having patience with Jeannie Mai. There's something sexually here with her. Pay attention. She was saying that Jeannie Mai needed to pay attention because the cheating started happening. Both of them, I feel like, started to be disrespectful with one another. She did betray the relationship. She was just having fun. There is someone that's going to come in, but it's saying that he's just like the relationship now. It's not what it seems. It's not what it seems. Okay. So in this marriage, things are not what they seem to be. It was a facade. Jeezy was cheating, and coming out of this relationship, she's going to meet another guy. It's going to be a black guy too. And it's going to be the exact same thing. It's going to be like, kind of like, did you learn your lesson? And hopefully the answer is yes, because he's the guy that she meets after Jeezy and this divorce is finalized and whatnot is he's going to put up a front as if he's this guy that wants something serious. It's not going to be the case. He's also going to be a player. Yeah, she's also talking about Jeannie Mai having self-love for herself she kept pouring into the social media. And yes, you're supposed to support your husband, but if you and your husband are separated, just kind of stay away from mentioning him at all, because you guys are kind of trying to work things out. So just pour into yourself during that time, because here, like, bam, here comes the divorce, and it's like, what? I kept getting this, that Jeezy is cheap, y'all. He's very cheap. Very cheap. For Zuli, she's like, that's a toxic trait. If you cheap, that's toxic. She's like, he makes babies everywhere. Goes on trips with them. He basically F's them and leaves them. Usually for me, that's when she ends the reading, when she has that bye card. But yeah, he's a freak in the bedroom, and he wants to have fun. So she married someone that wasn't ready for marriage. And now just wants to get away from her. Oh, guys. Okay, let me ask, because I know you guys want to know about that relationship that she was having, the emotional relationship that Jeezy found out about. So, Really, Frida, tell us about the emotional relationship. Did it ever get physical between her and this guy that she was talking to on the side? And guys, the reason why she was talking to this guy, not to condone anyone cheating in their marriage, whether it's emotional or not, but it was because she required so much attention with that vampire card that you saw earlier, and she just wasn't getting that from Jeezy, because he felt like, I gave you all that I got, and now at this point I'm tired, so you're just gonna have to take what I got left. And yeah, so what was her relationship? What was Jeannie Mai's relationship, the dynamic of the relationship between her and this guy she was talking to on the side? Emotional. Was it physical? Did it ever get physical? Deep connection. It was nice for her to have someone she could talk to. This may be the next person that she's wants to get in a relationship, or may get in a relationship with. But there are secrets, okay? Looks like this person is in a relationship as well. He's a trickster, though. This is probably what I saw earlier about her next relationship, and it's like the exact same thing, having that like player vibes. But her thinking there's a deep connection. It's a strong foundation here. It's like a starting over. But in reality, he's a trickster. Just a trickster with good vibes. And she has a lot of people interested in her. So she will have a lot of people in those DMs and asking her out. You know what I mean? But she needs to use her discernment, because in a lot of these cases, these guys are not what they seem, and they're problematic in the future. So really, really use her discernment. She's going to be having another child eventually. It's going to be a boy. But just use her discernment. It says playing games, manipulation, pay attention. So Jeannie Mai, that's where she falls short. That when these guys are telling you everything you want to hear, just make sure that you're paying attention to their actions, to their environment, to if they hide their phone when, they get a phone call, or they won't let you see certain things. Those are red flags. It's not like he's just a private person. No, those are red flags. So pay attention to that. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna... Frida, how does Jeannie Mai's ex-husband feel about her and the divorce that Jeezy just announced? How does Jeannie Mai's ex-husband feel about it? He's like, man, all black men are hoes. Bye. Like, he was like, what does she expect? You know, he's a rapper. That's what they do. Like, he ain't got much to say. That's all he has to say, guys. He's a rapper. He cheats, and what probably happened was that he cheated and did so much of it and wanted to go out and do it freely. So, what does she expect? All right. Okay. Well, I want to get into this, and I'm going to do both sides, and this will be the last part of the reading because I feel like I've talked for way too long already. But let's talk about self-care. So, what are some of the things that Jeannie Mai can do to take care of herself during this time? Because this is painful for her, guys. You guys saw her cards. You know, she got martyr. What was the other card that she got? The lover. You know what I mean? So she put a lot into this marriage. She really had high hopes for her marriage to last. So what are some of the things, angels, spirit guides, guardian angels, guide, ancestors, what's some of the things Jeannie Mai needs to do at this time to maintain her self-care and gain clarity? Don't forget to breathe. You know, when you lose your breath because you just, like, it's kind of like, I can't believe this. Like your heart just stops. She really, really is in shock. Have positive affirmations. I told you guys about this earlier, that she may turn this into a what's wrong with me situation. So she needs to state positive affirmations. I love myself. I am brave. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am grateful. I am creative. I am healthy. I am happy. Okay? And sing. There's a lot of rainbows here. So her angels are definitely around her at this time that she, specifically at this time that she's going through all of this. Use her voice. Use your voice to just, you know, let it out. Let it out. Even if it's sad songs, just let it out. Do something for you. Have positive affirmations and don't forget to breathe. All right? That's self-care for Jeannie. All right, self-care for Jeezy. What does Jeezy need to do at this time to make sure that he's taking care of himself and moves with clarity? And I do feel like they're going to be cordial in these proceedings. I don't feel like there's going to be issues. Okay. Sound healing. Sound healing. So what that tells me too is there's a lot of people that's in Jeezy's ear right now, giving them their 2 cents or their opinion or what they thought of the whole situation and whatnot. And it's kind of, this card is not just saying have positive people around you, but also take out of all the clutter that's in your mind. You got a lot of stuff that's just going on in your head, and quiet your mind, okay? And just bring in this healing energy, okay? Because he's also hurting as well, guys. It's not like he's just like, okay, like I want to divorce her and gone. He's hurting from this. He didn't want to do it. But he was going off of emotions when he did it the way that he did. Write a gratitude list. Write all the things that you're grateful for so that you can stay in a place of gratitude and high vibrations. Same thing with you. Breathe. Breathe. Focus on your breathing. You got to get some rest as well. Get some rest. So you're probably not sleeping as well as he wants to. And ground yourself. Same thing I was saying. There's a lot of clutter, a lot of chatter in his ear. He needs to quiet it up. Only have positive people around him. Everybody else can leave and just focus on self. Deep breathing, what you're thankful for. Get out all the chatter. Okay? All right, guys, so that's it for my reading on Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and tell me what you think about this reading. Did you guys like it? Is there anybody else that I should do a reading on? But yeah, I'm glad that you guys watched this video of mine, and I hope that you come back next time. It's my goddess Chrissy. Bye.